Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat. And I said it right, you motherfuckers.
What's up, True Hill Heat? True Hill Heat.
What's up? True Hill Heat.
All hands on me.
All right, ready when you are.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, not Romeo's Twitter because he lost his check. But we are here on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel to discuss, to review, break down The Bear Season 3. After a long build-up, we've been teasing, talking about it for a while. We're finally here. So, of course, I am joined by the beautiful, the lovely Miss Krssi Love. How are you doing? You're muted.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on? I just realized I was muted. What's happening with you?
Well done. But yes. We're finally here, Krssi. We've been telling the people since the show came out, before it came out in June, we would say it. Oh, we're gonna review the show. Don't worry, we'll get to it. We'll definitely get to it. And here we are, nearly 6 months. 6 months later.
It's okay. Better late than never. That's
what we're here for, and we always keep our promises. So that's
yep,
why it's
exactly.
Here.
Exactly.
But yes, we appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your friends, family, and fans of the Bear that you know across your social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. Welcome to the channel. Hit the notify button so you always get notified whenever we got content here. We got watch-alongs for boxing, UFC, as well as the NFL. We'll have some NBA watch-alongs. We got some NBA coverage, NFL coverage, NFL picks weekly over here, as well as some reviews of the latest and greatest from television and movies like we're doing here. And of course, if you're with us live, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on The Bear Season 3. So, Miss Krssi Love, it took us a while to get here, but what do you think about the overall thoughts? Because this is our first time having an actual video on The Bear. So how much were you looking forward to Season 3 before watching it, and how big of a fan are you of this show?
Fan from day one. Highly anticipated, I want to say, about this particular one. But I would say that it didn't hit like the second and first did, if that makes sense.
I mean,
I
that's
think they maybe
definitely.
rushed it. Maybe, I don't know. Could be.
I mean, we should note that this is basically they filmed these back to back, Season 3 and Season 4. So this is like
Oh, so
the
the next one's
first
coming.
half. Yeah, the first half of the story that they're trying to tell here. So I don't
Got
know
it.
if it was
Okay.
rushed per se, but definitely it feels incomplete.
Okay. Yes.
So
Definitely. And yes. We didn't
but
get
we're
enough
gonna talk.
of a lot of people didn't get to be shown like they did last season.
Who do you think was the character that was kind of pushed to the side the most?
What's the cousin's name?
Richie?
Yes.
Well, he's not really the cousin, but
Well,
cousin.
yeah, right. Yes.
But yes. Before we go into season 3 here, I had a fun little exercise because, like I said, this is our first time, Krssi, talking about The Bear. So I figured we do what we did, how we introduced the power on this channel, and we did a character tier list. What do you think?
That's fine.
We could
I'm
do
here for it.
we could do this. We could do
Yeah.
this fast though. It's
Okay.
not that many characters. Not like
No,
when I
not
tried
like
to do
yeah.
when I tried to do Degrassi over on Fightful. That was so many characters on that goddamn show. It's ridiculous. But but I have it over here. Let's share it on the screen for everyone to see. Krssi, can you
First,
see
I love the
it?
background. That's great. Great shot.
Love it. Do you see the tier list here?
I see it. Yes, I see letters and black stuff. Yes.
Okay, so what do we want to make our S tier here for our Bear tier list? Because we can't just call it S tier. I'm thinking Michelin star.
Okay. Like the main peeps.
No, like Michelin. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the S tier characters on the show. But I was thinking we have to name it something relating to the restaurant business or chef, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Or just to the Bear.
Okay.
What do you think about the A tier? So this is like great characters, not S tier, but like great. I would say
supporting cooks or
head chef.
Okay.
Head chef. So head chef here. Then we'll go. So this section is for the good characters, not great, but good, somewhere in the middle. We
Bus
like
boys.
Bus boys. Bus boys. You like bus boys? Okay.
You said related to
Then we
restaurant.
got sea level, which is kind of like we're not too sure about you. This is kind of like the I don't know how I feel.
Hostess. You don't see them much.
Hostess. I love it.
You gotta think of the people that you interact with, and you know.
Then we have D, which is the characters that we don't like, but we don't hate.
Bartender.
I love that. Why would you hate the bartender?
No, we don't hate the bartender. We love them.
But why would you? Why would you not like the bartender? Yeah.
Okay, then cleanup crew.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's actually a good one. Cleanup crew. Cleanup crew, and then F here. What can we put for F? F is funeral. We'll go with funeral. It fits with this season.
That's a good one. Okay.
Fits with this season. So these are the characters that we hate and that we wish we were going to their funeral. But we're gonna start off with Carmy Berzato. Where do you think he belongs here?
Michelin star. Hello.
Absolutely. The lead row, my man. Me myself, I was a fan not from day one, from like season 2. Well, season 2 was going on. I had heard about it. I have seen clips for it. And then I saw that Jeremy Allen White was the star of the show, and I'm a big fan of Jeremy Allen White from his stuff on Shameless. As Lip Gallagher. Seen all of Shameless and loved him in that. Also loved him in the Iron Claw. But I saw that after I got up to date on the Bear. But I watched the season 1 and I was like, all right, y'all got me. I like this. And then season 2, I've said it once. I think I said it on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, but I think it's one of the best seasons of television I've seen like in quite some time. Probably all time.
Yep. Does it bypass the Penguin for you, friend?
Oh, it's close. It's close. Because the Bear was number 1 for 2023, but the Penguin is number 1 for 2024. So I don't know. We got this guy over here who comes into the restaurant sometimes. I don't really know him. I'm gonna say
funeral or cleanup crew?
Cleanup crew? Yeah, cleanup crew sounds about right. I don't even know him, to be honest. I don't know you.
Me neither.
There we got Claire Bear. What's your thoughts on Claire Bear?
Oh, she maybe not. She's not even hostess though. Like,
yeah, I would say like hostess.
Hostess, yeah.
Like, I'm indifferent about Claire and her role in this whole show.
After season 2, yes, definitely after season 2, because it gave you a different like look on her or whatever. But yeah, maybe I was gonna say hostess or funeral, but I guess hostess is fine.
She said funeral. Damn. Who is this? I don't know who this is. I don't know who you are. Who is this?
I don't know who that is either. Can we skip him and go? So just
we'll go to funeral.
Mom has to be.
I'm gonna go head chef.
Are you gonna put head chef? Okay.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say busboys, but head chef is fine.
I'm sorry. I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
I love the mom. No, I love the mom. I think that I low key would put her as Michelin star because I love her that much.
But I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
She did so good in this.
I love it so much because I don't see Jamie Lee Curtis anymore. I see her as Mrs. Berzato.
Okay.
Off the chain, off the rocker, Mrs. Berzato. That's what I see when I see Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's no longer the lady that was in True Lives. That was the makeshift wife.
Yep. She's no longer the star of Halloween. All the Halloween films.
I can dig it. No problem.
There we got my man Ibram. I'm gonna say busboy for Ibram.
Yeah, busboy for sure. Supporting cast people, and they got to make everything flow. Supporting cast. I mean, busboy.
Frack. You're gonna say busboy? I love Frack, so I would have put him.
Yeah, Frack is great. That's why I said he could be busboy. You was gonna put him at head chef?
I want to be head chef because he's the only one who's an actual real chef who doesn't cook on the show.
Right, like that is true. That is,
and he was the comedy relief on in season 3.
And season 3, because
And
it
then,
was like
and then the whole interaction between the Fracks, including John Cena as one of the Fracks, that was one of my favorite scenes of the whole
Yeah.
season.
Okay, so put him as head chef then. I
Chef,
forgot that
okay.
he's actually a head chef that doesn't even play a chef on the show, but whatever. Go ahead.
Then we got, I believe, what's his name? I'm gonna
He's a
check this
busboy
real
though.
quick. She's like, I don't even know why you thinking that hard. He's a busboy. That's
He's
mean.
great at his
You're
role.
mean.
Like, no, that's not mean. It's okay, fine.
Being real. That's all she's ever. That's all Krssi Love does. Is be.
I loved his character. I liked him even more season 2 than season 3. I think they showed him more on season 2.
I think he showed them more in season 1, and season 1,
Yeah.
season 2. Yeah, I say Sweeps. That's his name, Sweeps. I put him in busboy, right there with Ibram.
Ibram, that's what I'm saying. Like they kind of like the same, and Joe McHale. I would put him. That's Joe McHale, right?
Yeah, that was Carmy's boss, the one who was
He's an asshole to him.
Yes, I love him though. I love him as an asshole. He's so great.
So you're gonna put him in with Jamie Lee Curtis over there, or where you want to put him?
I mean, me, I would, but we're doing this together. So where do you want to put him?
I'm fine with him being there. That's cool.
You're fine with him being head chef?
I'm fine with him being there. Yeah. Now the next
I was gonna say busboy or head chef.
Okay, busboy, fine.
Busboy? Okay.
Yes. Next one I was gonna say is Michelin star for me.
Luca?
I loved him.
I loved him in his role, but I feel like Michelin star. We can't start off with the main character in Michelin star, and then we got a dude that's been in 3 episodes.
Okay, put him in busboy.
I'm just like I think that we gotta make this an exclusive club.
You're right.
Not every hot girl in a dress can get into the club.
You're right. Okay, fine. Put him as busboy then.
I was gonna say just one down, maybe head chef, because I loved him in his role, especially in the Marcus episode. And then he was kind of flirting with Sydney at the end of the season.
He was though. All right, so then.
Dog.
So we could do that. Sydney needs some love too, though. So it's fine. Okay.
All right, we put him in head chef. Then we got some other one of the dishwashers. So
clean. There you go.
He's already cleanup crew. Marcus
goes on above the busboys. What's that one again?
Head chef.
Head chef.
I agree. Marcus is one of the good ones.
Well, yeah, he's one of them. Okay.
I don't know who you are, so I'm gonna go to your funeral.
Yeah.
Who is that? You know who that is?
Nope.
Okay. So
that's Carmy's brother that killed himself,
Mikey. Now I know what I just said about
See?
I know what I just said about Luca. But I'm sorry. How can we not put Mikey in Michelin star? He's the most important character that's not on every episode.
Okay, fine. That's fine. And I'm about to say, what's the name wouldn't be there if he didn't kill himself. He wouldn't have been. He probably would have gotten his own place, but it would have been a little bit harder for him to get his own place.
Yeah, he gave him that extra push, and he left behind the money for him.
That too. That's what I'm saying. So we need him. So yes, okay, Michelin star, fine. He's proven himself to be there. Okay.
Every season he has a standout moment. Mm-hmm. Either the money in season 1, then you had season 2 with the forks episode.
Yes.
And then season 3 with the Tina episode, the napkins episode.
Mm-hmm,
like he's been in the best episodes of the entire season or the entire series. True. So you got to put him up there.
The Seven Fishes is the best one.
Yes. Fishes, another Fishes episode all-star. We have I think this is aunt, Carmy's aunt. Is it?
Yes. I forgot her name, but she's a great actress.
Or older cousin. Yeah.
Yes.
Say hostess.
Yes.
Or busboy because she was important to Carmy's journey.
Okay.
I don't know. You want hostess?
We can put hostess. Yeah, leave it at hostess. It's fine.
Who's this guy?
I have never seen that person ever.
Never
Funeral.
seen you in my life going to your funeral. Oh, the goat, Tim. It's Tim. Head chef
Head
all the
chef.
way. I'm sorry. I think Tim is the sweetest and nicest person on this whole entire show.
That's what's
of
the name's
miserable
husband?
people.
That's
Yeah, Sugars.
Yeah, Sugar. Yep.
He's
He is
the
a great
nicest
guy.
person.
Yep.
He's a great guy. The touching moment with him and Jamie Lee Curtis at the hospital
At the
when
hospital,
Sugar
yep.
was giving birth to the baby. Come on. Come on. Nikki Boy in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Negro Buck, who says I actually got on Shameless because of the bear. Jeremy's an incredible actor.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
He went in
What
reverse.
season are you at, Nikki Boy, for Shameless? Because Shameless is a Shameless is a great show, man. If you don't
We got to do a character tier list for that.
What? Oh my God.
Nikki Boy says frack for head chef. He also says sweeps right. Yes. He says busboy for him. Funeral. Fuck that guy.
Luca
He
head
says
chef.
Luca's an easy head chef. We got Nikki Boy who says Mikey has to be Michelin star. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And he
You're
says
right.
love Pete. Love Pete.
Love Pete, yes.
And Nikki Boy says, I finished Shameless last year. Such a roller coaster. Lip and Carl are my boys. I hated Lip at some portions of the show, but Carl is probably my favorite out of all the
Carl has stayed himself from day one.
Exactly. He's the only one who ain't really switch up. I feel like Lip had his downtime, especially when he was on alcohol and in college.
Yep.
Fiona had her whole downfall like 2, 3, 11 times. She was my favorite character at one point, but she had too many downfalls. Same thing with Ian and dealing with bipolar. Yep. Debbie is the worst character.
She's one of the worst characters. Yes, she's horrible.
She's one of the worst characters in modern television history.
She's worse than Frank. And Frank was worse.
Yeah. I think that Debbie is worse than Frank. I think
that's what I'm saying. Frank did a lot of damn BS, but like, listen, she was horrible. But anywho, I digress. We're getting off topic now. We'll have to. Yes, everyone feels the same way about Debbie. We'll have to do our own like character thing for Shameless down the line. SP maybe sometime in the new year. I feel like we could do that and break them down.
There we go. We'll do that for sure. Back to this one. Cousin Richie. Richie is Michelin star.
Yes, Mitch.
He would be top of Michelin star for me. I think he's the best character on this show.
And the character that's grown the most.
Yes. Richie Jerimovich. That's my guy.
Cousin.
Forts is probably my probably top 3 episode as well.
Yeah.
Top 3. Forts.
Yes.
When he goes to the Michelin star restaurant and learns how to stage.
Yes.
Then we got, I forget his comedian name, but he's basically the boyfriend of
her. Yeah, they could go right there. He can go. He can clean up crew too. Clean up crew.
Nah. I'm sorry. I would have to put him in Busboy because he has one of my favorite jokes in the entire show when he's talking to the fracks in Fishes. And they're telling him about their whole plan to get money. And he's like, so I'm going to give you this money and I want you to document and let me know every step of this. He was like, not that I want any money back. I just think this is going to be very, very hilarious. I am sorry just for that one line. And the fact that he was keeping Carmy warm in New York during that first episode of season 3 when he kept putting the covers over. Then we got Sugar.
Sugar has to go with she's the second. She's not Michelin. She's the next one. She's head chef. Yeah.
There we go. We got Sugar. I would put Sugar. Yeah, let's put her over here next to her mom.
Next to her mom. Exactly.
We'll put Tim with the family. There we go. Then we got Sydney. Where you got
Head,
Sydney?
Michelin.
Agreed. Is she your favorite character?
No.
My
She's
I, I
one.
actually
I like
I
her,
actually,
yes.
I actually popped my sisters. My sisters have watched The Bear, and we were talking
Mhm.
about it. And Sydney is their favorite character. Both of them. Both of my sisters.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Sydney
I
is
think
their
I
favorite.
like Sydney. But no. Cousin is one of my favorites. Him
Richie.
and Richie is my favorite, and the what's the baker's name? The one all the way in a head chef. What's his name?
Luca.
Nope. Next one next to him.
Marcus.
Marcus. I like Marcus. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then we got this. What's her name? Chef Sydney or Chef Cherry.
Yes.
Yeah.
She can
I
go.
loved her.
I loved her. Yes, I think she's great. She's another great actress too. That's just like phenomenal. I actually would put her as head chef.
Chef Terry.
Yeah.
Let's put her head chef. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Richie's ex-wife.
Hostess?
Yeah. I think that's about right. That sounds about right. Then we got Tina.
Tina, okay, I love Tina too. And then like her episode was really, really good. Oh my god, her episode, and then her real life husband too. I was like, oh my god, the guy from Dexter. I was like, yo, mark out. Dexter's another good show that you got to watch. SP.
I'll put it on my list, my short list.
Yeah,
Where we got Tina.
Tina, I wouldn't be mad at putting her at Michelin star.
I'm with it. After season 3, I don't think I would have said that in season 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I liked her in season 2, but yes. I think that
season 1 she was so nasty.
Time.
Yeah, she was nasty in season 1. Oh my god.
Yeah, it took me a while to like her in season 1 because she was
you know when you're like the young kid around and you got the older people that work there and they don't like the new ideas and they're like, why they want to go and change stuff? Can't teach old dog new tricks. She was that. Trying to make y'all lives easy, and you was just like, nope, I don't want to do it.
Then we got Cicero. I gotta put either busboy or head chef.
I would put head chef because is the one that's kind of like I like Unc gives the most. He's giving most of his money, and he's just trying to I would put him. Yeah,
he going broke off this restaurant apparently.
Yeah, and he just trying to.
Then we got Better Call Saul, who is the uncle of the Berzado siblings, and gets into the whole big argument with Mikey in Fishes. He threw the fork. He was wrong. He did throw the fork.
Hostess?
I hate this guy. You hate him? But he was great. He was great in Fishes. So I will say probably say hostess, like you said, your original thought. Okay. Then we got Robert
Sydney's
Townsend playing the role of Sydney's dad.
Who's really good, by the way.
We've seen him a couple of times. I would say Busboy.
Yep, I could do Busboy.
And then finally, we got the other frack. The cleanup frack. What do you think about him?
You could put him as Busboy.
Busboy? All right. There we go. There's our tier list. The Bear tier list. We got Michelin star. We got Carmy Berzado, the Bear. We got Mikey Berzado. We got Richie Jeramovich. We got Sydney. I don't remember her last name. And we got Tina. Do you want to switch up the order here?
Put Sydney, put his brother all the way at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that order. What do you think?
I want to put Richie in first.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, now it's perfect.
Okay.
Then we got head chef, where we got Mrs. Berzado, Mama Berzado. We got Sugar. We got Tim. We got Frack 1. We got Luca. We got Cicero. We got Marcus, and we got Chef Terry. I think Chef Terry has to go down one.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's fine.
I feel like everybody else has contributed more than Chef Terry on Head Chef, so that's why I had to drop her down one. You
Yeah,
agree?
that's. I agree. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Then we got over here, we got Bus Boys, we got Ibram, we got Sweeps, we got this dickhead over here, we got we got Auntie's boyfriend, we got Robert Townsend, we got Frack 2, and we got Chef Terry.
Okay. Oh,
I
you
think we
want to
gotta
change
switch
any
up.
order?
Yeah,
You
we
can
gotta
put them all the way
switch
at the
up.
end.
No,
Yeah.
I honestly, I think y'all are right. I think we got to put him in funeral. He's the biggest dickhead on the show. So
Is it okay?
I changed my mind. I was like, I don't even like this guy. Why is he in?
He was a
here?
jerk.
We got so now. We got now. It looks better. It looks better. These are all
Okay.
people who are decent enough, but aren't in the upper echelon of the top 2 tiers. Then we got Hostess. We got Claire Bear. We got Auntie. We got Richie's ex, and we got Better Call Saul.
Fine with that. Cleanup crew. We don't even know these people, but they there.
Cleanup crew. We don't know your name. And then we got Funeral, which a bunch of people, we don't know your name, and this fucking guy. Yes, Lee. Thank you, Negro Buck. See, you're like a third host here. We need you. He says Lee's in Funeral, absolutely. He also says he says I love Sydney. He also says Sugar's definitely head chef. We also got Nikki Boy. He says Tina's head chef. I adore her. We all knew a Tina, didn't we? Man, Tina. Like I said, he said it's valid. She deserves Michelin star. Yeah,
Yes.
that napkins episode. That napkins episode took it over the top.
Yeah, it made you like see like the human side of her, and then like she's grown so much since season 1 that you had to be like, oh, Tina, love her. You know, it made you know.
True.
Because she was a bitch in the first season, so we let her. She grew on us.
Yeah, she had to grow on us after a while.
She's one of those characters.
We will share this with y'all. I'll keep it here. I'll keep it the tab open but we will share that on social media after we're done with this live stream. But let's get into season 3. So we started off season 3 with episode 1, which was Tomorrow. The description reads, after being freed from the walk-in, Carmy tries to make amends with himself and the team. We see him texting like Richie and apologizing for the whole big argument that they had at the end of season 2. So he's trying to make amends for everything. He also apologizes to Sydney for abandoning the team and promises never to make the same mistake again. He also leaves Richie a message apologizing for his tirade. Marcus learns that his mother has died in this episode, and Sydney calls to offer her condolences. We then get a recounting of a whole bunch of flashbacks from Carmy's time working for renowned chefs at various restaurants, including Chef Terry at Ever, alongside Luca. We see him at Rene Redzepi at Noma. We see him with Daniel Balud at Daniel and David Fields at Empire in New York, where Sydney was one of his patrons. We see him working on this dish all hard, and the dish goes out to Sydney. During this time, Carmy also deals with Mikey's death and subsequent funeral. We see him finding out Mikey passed away. We also see him at the funeral not being able to go inside. Carmy is revealed to have observed from his car the whole funeral, but could not bring himself to attend. In the present, Carmy arrives early to the Bear and draws upon his past work experience to craft a new menu and a list of non-negotiables for the restaurant to follow, which would come to fruition in the next episode here. What did you think about the direction of going to more of like a flashback kind of montage episode, because this is not even like the traditional. We know the Bear Forward flashback episodes, but this is not even the traditional flashback episode like what we got in Fishes. This was more of like a montage of different things. Like it kind of will take you a few minutes to realize what you're watching after, because it took me a minute to kind of be like, oh, this is a flashback to all these other past experiences, stuff that we heard, but now we're actually seeing.
It was more like self-reflection, I want to say. Not even like flashback, but like self-reflection of like, how could I be better? And how can I just do things differently? Because what I was doing before is not working. So now I need to really like figure out maybe I'm the problem and how can I fix it and make it better? So I think that's where episode 1 comes into play. And he's trying to figure out, but then you give the dumb negotiables that didn't work with everybody. It just made shit worse.
The new menu didn't work. The non-negotiables didn't work.
The new menu every day. The new menu every freaking day.
Every day.
Bro. And they tried it, like they was trying to like, I don't think that's a good idea. But you know, he was just so in his head, like such a lip thing though.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
very
like
very much. It's like, are you guys the same person? This is both in Chicago. Did he like get a new new identity and find a new family outside of the Gallaghers? And this is how, and he became a chef instead of a smart guy. So
I would see him sometime like, what character am I seeing? Is this Bear or is this like Lip? Because I feel like both characters are somewhat the same, if that makes sense, you know?
Self-sabotage.
Good one, SP. Self-sabotage. Too much in your head and just trying to make everything so right that you fuck everything up.
Yeah. So that brings us to next. Episode 2. Next. Carmy's non-negotiables prove controversial among the rest of the staff, particularly his decision to change the menu every single day. Carmy tells Sydney he sent her a partnership agreement to formalize her stake in the restaurant. More on that in a bit. Richie and Carmy remain at odds despite the latter's apology. At Richie's basically provoking him, Carmy tells the others about what he said to Claire. The group immediately stops arguing when Marcus suddenly arrives, and he insists upon focusing on the work to get his mind off of his mother's death. Carmy privately offers his support, but Marcus says that he is grateful to have been in the kitchen when his mother died, feeling it is what she would have wanted. He urges Carmy to lead the Bear to success, and that's how we end the episode. So this one, I thought that this one would have made for a better episode 1.
Yeah.
I felt like we needed more follow-up to those big kind of cliffhangers that we had at the end of episode 2, which was Carmy and Claire, Carmy and Richie, and Marcus with the phone going off the hook, and then where Sydney was at after leading the restaurant on that opening night. So I think that this would have been a more effective episode 1. Maybe you can throw this one later into the season where the flashback episodes usually have with the episode 1 tomorrow. But I felt like this was a better one. I love the scene when Richie first comes in and then it just goes off for like 10 minutes straight, a one shot of him and Carmy going back and forth and just cursing at, no, fuck you, sir. No, fuck you.
Well, whoever was the one that shot this episode, all these episodes, and have like those close, intense encounters, and that one camera shot did this very well. It's like it's the shots of like, this is how arguments are with real families. This is how you fight with your people. This is how you fight with people at work sometimes. Like, no, don't do that. Don't fuck you. Don't talk to me like that. Like, things like that. Like, I'm not gonna allow you to do these things. And then everyone around you is trying to make y'all stop, and y'all not listening to them. It's really good, like, work that they did to, shoot this.
Good eye on that one, Negro Buck, who says, anybody else ever think that Lip and Carmy are both crazy ripped for two guys who never seem to have time to work out? Very true. Very true. Good point. Good point. Jeremy Allen White has time.
Right. Especially when he was in the Claw. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. There we go. Then we have episode 3, Krssi, Doors, which following Marcus's mother's funeral, which we see the whole team go to the funeral, the team endures a chaotic first month of service at the Bear. Carmy's daily menu changes quickly drive up the restaurant's expenses, angering Natalie, aka Sugar, and Cicero, aka Unc, while Richie attempts to implement his own set of non-negotiables, much to Carmy's chagrin. Carmy himself struggles to keep his composure amidst the high-pressure environment of the restaurant and the kitchen, and with Sydney frequently having to manage his temper. Carmy and Richie eventually have a physical altercation that leads to the restaurant's Espo sheets flying off the table, making Sydney realize the extent of the kitchen's dysfunction. Yeah, this is like the first episode where we were like, yeah, this shit isn't gonna work out, is it?
Yes. And then this is where I was like, what's happening with this season? Like, where are we going with this thing? Like, where it's going in a whole different direction than the first 2 seasons, Like now we're supposed to be showing like the ins and outs of like the restaurant, but it's showing it like it's not working. Something is off. And it's Bear, it's him. Carmy is just you're not, something you're doing is wrong. You're sabotaging this whole thing.
Yeah, and it comes down to the lack of communication that we got throughout the season and the horrible communication. It's either been horrible communication or a lack thereof communication at all between Carmy and Richie. That's the source. I think that's the main source of the issues, especially in this 3rd episode here, is the fact that they're not talking to each other. And when they do, it's very aggressive and passive aggressive at times.
Very passive aggressive, very lacking self-awareness, and just like, no, it's my way or no way. Like I'm making all the decisions when I actually have a partner and I'm supposed to be consulting with this partner. And yeah, no.
Then we got episode 4, Violent, which Sydney goes and gets her own apartment, a new apartment, away from her father, despite her father's concerns that it is both more expensive and a further commute from the restaurant than living with him. Sydney is later approached on the street by ever CDC Adam Shapiro, who reveals he discreetly visited the Bear and observed the chaos in the kitchen while praising Sydney's skills. Richie has an awkward conversation with Tiff's fiance, Frank, making him wonder whether his presence in his daughter's life is confusing her, but Natalie encourages him to continue being there for her. Natalie also receives word that the Chicago Tribune plans to write a review of the Bear, causing the staff to realize that the food critic has already visited the restaurant. The horror, the dread on everybody's face at the end of the episode. And literally, this was the episode that the Fracks basically put all the food critics up on the walls in Sugar's office, just for us to find out they've already been here.
The Fracks, they really tried their best. They did. They mean well. You that's why you can't really get mad at them, because they're really trying to help, even though the help is just not warranted at the time, but it's like coming from a good place.
It's lovely stuff. They're lovely guys. They
are. They mean.
And then speaking of the Fracks, they took center stage in episode 5, Children, which was the team prepares the restaurant to be photographed for the review. Cicero brings in family friend Nicholas the Computer Marshall to help the restaurant cut costs and trim inefficiencies. I will say,
John Cena one, right?
Yes, this was an episode that introduced 2 great characters, because the computer was great with him just breaking down. It's like, why do you have a phone? You don't take orders.
Right.
Like, get rid of the phone. Get rid of the phone. He was making a whole lot of sense for a whole bunch of shit that they were doing very stupidly. And then John Cena as the 3rd Frack, as the muscles of the Frack family. Oh my God, he was hilarious. The moment go, I'm gonna haunt you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna haunt you.
And this is where I was like, John Cena doesn't play the same characters all the time.
Yeah.
He could be different because I feel like most movies he's like the same character, but in this one I was like, oh my god, you can laugh at him, you can like punch him in the face, like he's a great person, like he's good. Like this, I was like, look at John Cena. I'm so proud of you, friend. Look at your glow up.
He fits in these comedy roles. That's his genre. His genre is comedy. Like Rock found his genre with kind of like the action comedies and whatnot. John Cena can just do a comedy. He doesn't have to make it an action comedy.
Nope. I mean, even though he was good in what was the show he was in? What's the Peacemaker?
Peacemaker's an action comedy.
Yes, action comedy. He's good, but he's good at just do comedy. And then he could just do ad libs and everything. I think like all his comedies that he's been in, he's really good.
To finish what happened in the episode, one of Computer's recommendations is to let go of Marcus or reduce his pay, which Natalie swiftly shuts down. And I was like clapping it up for Natalie. I was like, don't. Why are we talking about Marcus for? Leave Marcus alone.
Yep.
That boy been through enough. He don't need anybody to cut his pay or let him go. Get the fuck out of here, Computer.
Yep. We don't need you in here, yo. Get out of here. Like the disrespect of it all.
The team also scrambles to prepare a duck dish mentioned in the review, whose ingredients they do not have on hand due to the daily menu changes. Chef Terry unexpectedly closes ever, making Carmy doubt the Bears' own future. And this was the great scene where John Cena was just randomly walking through the kitchen, and they chose him to be the one to go get the duck. And he's like, so you want fresh water? You want me to go to the park and you want me to grab one?
No, I need you to go to the store, stupid.
You dumbass. You dummy. You big dum-dum. We got Nikki Boy. He says, John Cena showing up popped me hard.
Me too.
Indeed.
Anytime I see a wrestler, and something else, I go, oh,
One more for the good guys. Episode.
I see this all the time. Y'all don't see this greatness. I do. You don't.
All right, but now it's time to talk about the best episode of the season. Episode 6, Napkins, which was directed by Sydney, by A.O. Ebri.
I was about to say Robert Townsend did some direction of he directed some a couple of episodes as well. But yeah, shout out to her for doing her directorial joint on this one. Yeah, this was like one of the best episodes, of course.
Yes. This episode, some years before the events of the series, we go on a flashback to Tina before she came to the Beef or the Bear. Tina is laid off from her longtime office job during a difficult financial period for her family, as her husband, who's a doorman at a hotel, is basically going through, waiting for a promotion. As she goes about her daily routine, raising her son Louis with her husband David, she travels to different businesses across Chicago, trying to find work and facing rejection everywhere. Losing hope, she makes a stop at the original Beef for a coffee and is offered a sandwich by Richie on the house. Mikey notices her crying in the dining room and offers a sympathetic ear as they commiserate over how the world has beaten them up over and over again, noting that they still find hope in the younger generation. Tina expresses her begrudging admiration for some of the younger workers she has seen in her job hunt, while Mikey brings up his pride in Carmy. Mikey offers her a job as a line cook, and we end the episode with her opening up her bag and having a t-shirt from the Beef showing that she's accepted the job at the restaurant. So this was Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss. This was the Fishes. Season 2, the best episode was Fishes.
Yep.
I would love to make the argument for Forks, because I think Forks, like I said, is the top 3 episode of The Bear, but Fishes is like a whole movie. You forget what you're watching at times because you just went to that period of the life of Carmy Verzado, and you were just in it all. You were immersed in it all.
And that day of chaos.
And they were able to do that again here, where like at first I thought we were just following along with Tina in her regular routine, what she does at home, what we never see before she walks into the bear. But then when she's in the kind of the lounge with her coworkers, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is before. This is before she came to the Beef and the Bear. And then her getting laid off, her going through different jobs and just getting fucked over every which way. And then the thing that brought this episode over the top is just the dialogue, the delivery, and the emotion, the facial expressions from Mikey and Tina during that conversation at the Beef in the dining room. That's one of the most insightful conversations where you get so much from each of these characters, and especially Mikey when he's talking about how beaten down he is, and how like stuff like that, like the big nice little job that's not for people like him, and you can see like the inner turmoil that's going on in his face. It's just a fantastic job by both actors here. This was one of the best scenes in the Bears' whole history of the show.
I think this helped her and solidify her as like that's why she won the what's the award, the Emmy for she won the award for this show, because well deserved. It gave you an insight on like more of like Tina's life before, like why did she even come to the Bear, how did she even get here. We found, we knew that she was one of the workers that was there from season 1, but we don't know how she got there and what happens that she wasn't even a chef. Like, you know what I'm saying, like all the people that was in that damn restaurant was not chefs. Like, they was family or friends and just people that just happen to just need jobs. And he's like, sure, I'll give you a hand, no problem. And there was a bunch of chaos happening then. Like it just showed you like what was happening in that restaurant.
Hey, make sure his people got paid. He was a good dude, Mikey, despite his issues. And yes, John Berthal is a damn fine actor indeed. Can't wait for his return as the Punisher in Daredevil Born Again next year. That's going to be great. Episode 7, we had Legacy. Carmy attends an Al-Anon meeting where another attendee expresses doubts over the value of apologies due to having to deal with the consequences of the apologizer's prior actions, while another attendee insists that letting an unspoken apology fester is worse. Adam reveals to Sydney that he wants to open his own restaurant and offers her a job as his CDC, further complicating her hesitancy to sign her agreement with Carmy. Yes, that agreement I mentioned in the second episode. Carmy shares with Marcus his thoughts on how chefs define their legacies based on the different restaurants they work at. The Bear rehires some of Mikey's old staff to help Ibra run the sandwich window, with Ibra finding the joy in his work again in the process.
Yeah.
Sydney starts to resent Carmy for undercutting her authority in the kitchen, and Natalie travels to the restaurant depot to get supplies. The whole episode, they kept teasing us that, oh, Natalie's pregnant. Natalie's getting close to giving birth. And then they ended the episode with her going to the restaurant depot to get the thing everybody wanted, and she goes into labor as she's there.
Yep. Yeah, we've been waiting for her to do this for a long time. We knew she was, pregnant, but it's like, okay, girl, like now it's been like how long? But it's been long for us, but it's not long for them because it's in the time span of like 6 or 7 months, maybe 8 months of them doing this whole thing. So yeah, and she goes in, and they kept saying, oh, she wanted other people to go get the things from the restaurant depot, but she had to be the one to go get it, and went into labor.
Great job. Great job, pal. But yeah, that was a good ending to that episode. But you could tell this was a setup episode more than anything.
Yep.
Because episode 8 was another standout. I would say this is the second best episode of the season for me, as we get Ice Chips, which is unable to get in touch with Pete, Carmy or anyone else at the restaurant due to the start of service, Natalie reluctantly calls her mother to meet her at the hospital. The whole season, she was avoiding calling her mother after she didn't show up to the opening night. She did. She's been avoiding it. Carmy even asked her about it, and she said she avoided answering it. Although their reunion starts off rocky, Donna successfully helps calm Natalie down during her contractions. While waiting for Pete to arrive, Donna cheers her up by telling stories of the birth of Mikey, Carmy, and her. Natalie confesses that she did not initially tell Donna about her pregnancy due to fear over spreading the family's dysfunction to her child. Donna expresses her regrets over her behavior and promises she is trying to get better. When Pete arrives, an emotionally drained Donna quietly exits the hospital room to wait in reception, where she is comforted by the Fracks. This was great because it was just mostly just Donna and Sugar, and they were finally talking all their shit out. What
Resolving the
Carmy
issues.
needs to do with 60% of the rest of the cast, they were able to do it, and their relationship got better. I wish that Carmy would have saw this.
I think he'll eventually get it together. He will. For this upcoming season, I hope that is the case, where he does a lot more self-reflection and look and see what you've done, and try to talk it out with other people so they can give you their side on how they see things.
Yeah, I would hope so. Because I'm shaking my head at you, Carmy. See, you seeming more and more like your twin cousin Lip.
Yeah, oh my God.
Then we had episode 9, Apologies. The Fracks urge Carmy to apologize to Claire, which he considers but continually puts off. Carmy invites Sydney to the Ever funeral service closing dinner. The staff anxiously awaits the Tribune review. Cicero warns Carmy that with the finances in dire straits, he will likely have to pull out if it is negative, the review. But Computer says that he should just pull out because he don't have no money. Richie wonders whether to attend Tiff and Frankie's wedding, with Tiff urging him to do so. With the restaurant closed for the day, so Carmy, Sydney, and Richie can attend the Ever dinner, Marcus and Tina help each other experiment with their own dishes. Sydney delivers food to Pete and Natalie and discovers from Pete that Carmy is offering her less money and fewer benefits as a partner than she would get working for Adam. Ooh. The Facts visit Claire at her job and implore her to reach out to Carmy, telling her that he feels sorry but is too nervous to talk to her. What did you think about this one?
It was good. It wasn't as good as the one previous, but it was still a good episode to almost show us where we're heading as we're about to close out the season.
Yeah. I think, this was another one where I felt like this was a setup episode where I thought we were going to get the bigger stuff in the final episode of the season. But speaking of which, episode 10, which was Forever. Carmy, Sydney, and Richie attend the Ever closing dinner. Richie spends time with Garrett and Jessica while they run service, while Carmy reconnects with Luca, who plans to stay in Chicago for a few months to visit his sister. Sydney converses with Luca and various renowned chefs as they share their stories from past restaurants and kitchens, and is struck by the aversion to dysfunctional kitchen environments. Carmy confronts David Fields and accuses him of ruining his self-worth. He snidely claims Carmy should be thanking him, as his abuse towards Carmy made him a better chef. Adam reminds Sydney about his prior offer, to which she states she is still interested. Chef Terry explains her choice to close the restaurant to Carmy, explaining she was tired of the constant stress and wanted to finish her career on her own terms. After the service, Sydney hosts an after party at a restaurant attended by Luca, Chef Terry, and members of the Bear and Ever staff. noticing the original Beef's old 4-star review and thinking about how the staff has changed since, Sydney runs out of her restaurant and has a panic, or out of her apartment and has a panic attack. Carmy is walking down the street and he checks his phone to discover several missed calls from Cicero and computer, along with the Tribune review, where we get a whole bunch of different good and bad words flashed throughout the screen. And that's how we end the season. And I was like, well, fuck me. We don't get no answers. All we got was the funeral dinner. I was like, they set up the fucking wedding with Tiff and Frankie for Richie to go through, and I was like, oh, Richie need to go through with old girl from the Ever staff that he keeps flirting with.
Yeah. He should take her as his date. Yep.
I'm like, you better bag that. You talking to her, talking about your personal stuff. You better bag that, you know.
She clearly flirting back with you, bro. Like, come on, you don't see the signs there?
Peep game. But like, they need to do that. We didn't get that in here. We didn't even get to see the review. We don't know what Cicero's gonna do because he don't got no money, and now the review is not great. So I was like, that's it. When the credits started running, I was like, wait, that's it.
And it ended like it just ended like that. I was just like, damn, y'all got no love for us? Like, that just end. I guess because they're gonna do season 4, but I'm like, sheesh, like, okay, whatever. You could have done so much other things for the ending, but you know,
damn crime. It was a damn crime what they did to us at the end of the season. This season was going good, and then they ended it in that way, and I was like, okay, I understand why people were kind of down on this season.
See. Because you went from season 1, which was good. Then you go season 2, which was great. Then you go season 3, which was okay, if that makes sense.
Because every season so far, the first 2 seasons, told a complete story. You get Carmy coming into the Bear, becoming the new owner after Mikey dies, and him slowly but surely implementing kind of like Michelin star restaurant style things in the kitchen, improving the production of the kitchen, and then eventually finding the money so he can redo the whole restaurant as the Bear. That's the whole story of season 1, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Season 2 is the building of the Bear. And all the financial stuff that goes into it. All the while, Carmy is dealing with a relationship with Claire, someone that is like a childhood sweetheart for him. Sydney is dealing with new responsibilities as like the co-owner, the CDC to Carmy, and taking more responsibility off because he's like distracted with Claire. And then it all builds to the opening night, the friends and family dinner, where Sydney comes through. She has her clutch moment. Richie comes through. He has a clutch moment, and Carmy spazzes in the refrigerator to basically tell off Claire and break up with her, and then have it falling out with Richie, where we were at the start of season 3 when the restaurant is really opening. But we get that start of it, but we don't get any completion. We don't get the review. Right. We don't know the fate of the restaurant. We don't know the fate of our characters. That's not a complete story. I think they could have done this, even if they wanted to do a season that's a half story and a season that is the other half of the story. They could have done it in a more satisfying way, similar to Across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is part 1 to the part 2 that's going to come out in like 2026, like 3 years later. Like, but that feels like a complete story that was told there, so we don't feel like we didn't get the full story like we do here.
Right. Agreed, SP. There's ways to break down a story, and they just didn't break it down for this season. So that's why people have been. You see the reviews of what it all. And I think maybe because they released the whole thing as well, all at once, maybe also didn't help it. You know, there's certain things that we like about like streaming a whole season right away. However, the execution has to be done very well.
Yeah.
Like, people will talk more about it when it's executed and done with good episodes. When you don't do that, you should do maybe week to week, because then people can talk about it like on a longer basis and keep it like, you know, instead of just talking about it like in a week or just 2 weeks because stay hot because everybody will watch it all at once.
That's true. That is true. So we'll see how they bounce back with season 4. We don't have an update quite yet on when that will be, but let us know in the comments down below or in the live chat if you're with us live. Who was your MVP for this season? LVP. Whether you gave this season a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give this season? For me and Krssi, for the Bear, season 3. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. White.
Oh, we're the same. It's like teetering.
Teetering. Out of 10, what did you give the season?
7.5. I want to give it an 8 though.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm
So
at
I'll
a
stick
7.
with my 7.5-ish then.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. It's just I got let down by the finish. They didn't stick the landing.
No.
Who was your MVP for the season?
Jamie Lee Curtis. She came through when they needed her.
I'm gonna go with Tina.
Okay.
Tina.
Okay.
Tina stepped up in a big way. LVP for the season, I gotta go with Carmy.
Self-sabotage and you're trying to fuck up the whole thing. Yeah, Carmy is definitely one of those people. Yeah, he's a LVP.
So to answer the questions, to close things out, did Carmy sabotage the restaurant in season 3?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I do agree. And do you think Sydney will leave in season 4? Will leave the Bear?
He will kind of like push her out. I feel like he's gonna give her kind of like no choice.
I feel like she's gonna leave and then she's gonna regret her decision.
Yep. Because she's not gonna be able to probably do all the thing that she would be able to do here at the Bear, but I think he's gonna make this decision, kind of like forcing her to go.
I could see that. Yeah, I think he's going to do it in a way, though. He's not going to do it because he's just being ignorant and stuff. He's going to do it like to push her out, to save her, type of thing. Like, I'm too much of a mess. Go over there. Basically. But, Miss Krssi Love, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, when they will see you again.
So, hey, guys, you can see me. Join myself at SP. We'll probably be back next week sometime to do another review or something. Oh no, wait, it's the end of the year stuff, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. Because of the holidays. But other than that, you can follow me, Krssi Love _1, True Hill Krssi Love. Follow us. We'll be back on Saturday for our flagship show on our other channel for True Hill Heat. So join us there. Other than that, that's me, True Hill Krssi Love and Krssi Love _1. Thanks. SB.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. And check out all the great content we got on this channel, like our Agatha All Along Season 1 review, as well as the Penguin review we did 2 weeks ago. Check that out as well. But for Miss Krssi Love, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been our The Bear Season 3 review. We are signing off until next time.
Later.